Elon, let's be honest, you've made some pretty dumb decisions, haven't you? The host smirked as the audience chuckled. Sensing an opportunity to embarrass the world's richest man on live TV, he leaned forward. I mean, come on. Tesla almost went bankrupt. SpaceX with its exploding rockets, buying Twitter. That was a complete disaster. People say you're a genius, but isn't it possible you just got lucky? More laughter filled the room, and some audience members even nodded in agreement. The host glanced around, soaking in the moment, confident that he was in control. But little did he know things were about to change. Elon remains completely still. No movement, no blink, just a long, cold, unshaken stare. The laughter starts to fade, and the host shifts slightly in his chair, sensing a shift in the room's energy. 5 seconds of silence. 10 seconds now. It's getting awkward. The host clears his throat, trying to regain control. So, what do you say, Elon? Are you really the genius people think you are? Or have you just been incredibly lucky? Finally, Elon speaks. Interesting. Just one word, cold, calculated and sharp. The host raises an eyebrow. Interesting? That's it? That's your answer? Elon tilts his head slightly, as if sizing up the host, then calmly asks, Tell me, how many times do you think Thomas Edison failed before inventing the light bulb? The host frowns, caught off guard. 10,000. Elon answers for him. 10,000 times. Was he lucky? The room goes silent. Some people lean forward. The host nervously chuckles. Well, that's different, the host stammers, but Elon cuts him off. What about the Wright brothers? They crashed over and over before they made a plane fly. Lucky. The host hesitates, clearly caught off guard. Elon leans in just a bit, his voice calm and steady. What's the difference between a loser and a winner? The host opens his mouth, but Elon doesn't let him speak. A loser fails once and quits. A winner fails 1,000 times and keeps going. The audience shifts. Some nod, others whisper. The host isn't laughing anymore. He forces a chuckle, shifting in his seat. Okay, Elon, nice speech, but let's be real here. Tesla survived because of government money, SpaceX got lucky, and Twitter is still a mess. You're just throwing around big words to avoid the truth. Some in the audience laugh. The tension rises, and the audience can feel it. Elon doesn't smile, doesn't blink. He simply reaches into his pocket and pulls out his phone. The host frowns. What are you doing? Elon starts typing calmly, casually, as if he has all the time in the world. The host tries to regain control. Elon, this is live TV. What are you? Elon raises a finger, signaling 1 second. The audience watches in absolute silence. Then, Elon looks up, holding his phone screen toward the host. Here's a fact. Tesla repaid every government loan early with interest. You can Google it. The host blinks, not expecting hard evidence. Elon swipes his phone. Here's another. SpaceX saves NASA billions by making rockets reusable. Before us, they burned through taxpayer money on single-use rockets. Elon tilts his head slightly and asks, Is it better to fund innovation or to fund failure? The audience murmurs and someone claps, the energy in the room quickly shifting. The host clears his throat, trying to regain control. Okay, fine, but what about Twitter? Elon leans in just enough to make the moment uncomfortable. You mean the platform? Where people like you used to control the narrative. The host freezes. The audience gasps and the power in the room shifts entirely. Elon just stares at him, no words, only waiting. The host gulps, realizing he's lost control. He shifts uncomfortably in his seat, his confidence gone, the smirk gone. He clears his throat, attempting to recover. Elon, you're avoiding the point. Twitter lost billions after you took over. You fired thousands of employees. You turned it into a circus. Admit it, you ruined Twitter. Elon doesn't react. He simply tilts his head like a scientist examining an insect, then slowly. Elon speaks in a measured tone. Let me ask you something. The host blinks, unsure. Before I bought Twitter, who controlled what you could say? The host hesitates. Who decided what was misinformation and what wasn't? Elon's voice is calm, too calm. The host shifts in his chair. Well, the platform had to regulate. Regulate or control. Elon cuts him off. Silence fills the room. The audience is hanging on every word. Elon leans back, relaxed. See, you don't hate what I did to Twitter. You hate that you lost control of it. The crowd erupts. Some gasp, some clap, a few cheer. The host looks stunned, embarrassed, exposed. But Elon isn't finished. You liked Twitter when certain people were silenced, when opinions you didn't agree with were erased, but now, Elon gestures casually, now it's an even playing field and suddenly you don't like the rules. The host's face goes red and he stammers. That's exactly what it is, Elon interrupts, his voice sharp. You wanted free speech, as long as you were the one in charge of it. The audience explodes. Some are on their feet. The host lowers his head, having nothing left to say. Elon just sits there, calm and untouchable, because in this fight, he already won. The host looks down, scrambling for words, his confidence shattered. The audience can feel it. The energy in the room has completely shifted, but Elon remains calm. Still, Elon watches like a predator who knows the game is already won. The host takes a deep breath, trying to regain control. All right, Elon, let's change the subject. You talk about free speech, innovation, and the future, but let's be real. He leans forward, attempting one last time. Aren't you just another billionaire playing with power? Elon doesn't flinch or react. He just smiles, a slow, knowing smile. Then he speaks, do you own a Tesla? The host blinks. What? Do you own a Tesla? Elon repeats, his voice cool and almost playful. The host shifts, realizing this is a trap. No, I don't. Do you use the internet? Elon interrupts. The host frowns. Of course. Starlink helped bring the internet to over 60 countries when other companies wouldn't. We made it happen, so you're welcome. The audience claps, some even cheer. The host grips his chair, visibly rattled. Elon leans back, then casually asks, ever dream about going to Mars? The host scoffs. Mars? Oh, come on, NASA does. That's why they use SpaceX, Elon replies. Because while you're sitting here, trying to score points, Elon tilts his head. We're building the future. Boom. Silence. The host opens his mouth, but no words come out. He has nothing left. The audience feels it, the respect, the weight of what was just said. Finally, Elon stands up, smooth and effortless. He adjusts his jacket, glances down at the host, and says just one thing. You don't have to like me, but one day you'll realize I wasn't wasting my time. With that, he walks off the stage. The host just sits there, defeated. The room is silent. No one speaks. No one moves. The energy in the studio has completely shifted. The host stares at Elon as he walks off, his face red, his hands tightening around his cue cards. He knows he lost, but his ego won't let him accept it. He forces a laugh, a weak one, awkward chuckle. Well, that was interesting. The host glances at the camera, desperately searching for something, anything to save face. Elon Musk, ladies and gentlemen, a man who thinks he's always the smartest person in the room. Some audience members laugh nervously, while others, just watch, they know what really happened. Then something unexpected happens. Elon stops just before stepping off the stage. The camera zooms in. He turns around slowly, deliberately. The host's face drops. He wasn't expecting Elon to come back. Elon walks back toward him, calm and unshaken, powerful. He doesn't need to rush. The moment belongs to him. The host swallows hard, his fake confidence cracking. Elon picks up the host's coffee cup from the table, holds it up, examining it like it's the most interesting thing in the world. Then he looks at the host. You see this cup? The host blinks. Yeah, the host stammers. Elon nods. Someone had to invent this. The host looks confused. Okay. Elon turns the cup slightly in his hands. Before this existed, people drank out of metal cans, wooden bowls, whatever they had. But one person, just one, looked at a lump of clay and thought, what if I shaped it? What if I made something better? The audience is dead silent, hanging on every word. Elon gently places the cup back on the table, then looks the host straight in the eye. That's what I do. The host swallows hard. You laugh at rockets exploding, mock self-driving cars, and make fun of the idea of Mars, but history doesn't remember the people who laughed. Elon leans in slightly, just enough for the host to feel the weight of every word. It remembers the people who built something. Boom. The audience erupts in applause and cheers, some even standing. The host, though, doesn't move. Elon gives him one last look. No anger, no arrogance, just certainty. Then turns and walks off stage. This time for good. The camera zooms in on the host's face as he stares ahead, speechless and defeated. He tried to break Elon Musk, but instead, he became part of the story of a man building the future. The internet exploded within minutes. Clips of the interview spread across Twitter, YouTube, and news outlets. People couldn't believe what they had just seen. Did this guy really think he could outsmart Elon Musk? That host just ended his own career on live TV. Elon didn't even argue. He just won. Memes flooded social media. One side showed the host, frozen, sweating, with his mouth slightly open. The other side showed Elon Musk, calm, smirking, and untouched. This man thought he could challenge Elon Musk the moment he knew he messed up. This wasn't an interview, it was a funeral. The comment section under the show's video turned into a battlefield, with thousands calling out the host, replaying Elon's responses, and breaking down every second of the moment he lost control. This wasn't a debate, it was a masterclass. Elon didn't insult him, didn't raise his voice, he just made him look small. That silence after Elon's response? That was the sound of defeat. Meanwhile, the host tried to laugh it off, forcing a smile and tweeting something generic like, "Great conversation with Elon Musk today. Always love a good debate." But nobody bought it because everyone knew the truth. This wasn't just an interview. It was a public lesson, a moment that would be replayed for years. Elon? He didn't say another word about it. No follow-up tweets, no interviews explaining himself. He didn't need to. He had already won. While the media kept talking, debating, and trying to spin the narrative, Elon Musk just kept doing what he does best: building, innovating, winning.